This is Wednesday Words for January the 21st, 2026. Here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. The word for today is the Hebrew word. So we're obviously talking about a word found in the Old Testament. The Hebrew word Nephesh. Nephesh. This is the word that is commonly translated as soul in the Old Testament. This is the word that's used. It's the middle term in Deuteronomy 6, verse 5, when it talks about loving God. To kind of summarize the verse, love the Lord your God with everything you are, just all of it. But to break it down a little bit more, it says, with all your heart, with all your soul, that is the Hebrew word nephesh, and with all your strength. Now, this concept of nephesh, it can mean soul as we commonly think of the English term, but it actually has a bit more range in meaning, and it can mean like life. It can mean like your whole being. It can mean your mind. In Psalm 16, verse 10, where it says, "For you will not leave my soul in Sheol." Now, how Peter uses that, if there's any confusion about what's meant there, Peter talks about not leaving one's soul in Hades, pretty clearly talking about afterlife. So, yeah, in this sense, we do see where it can be used to talk about like the spirit, the you that leaves the body and goes somewhere at death. However, then we have other places where it can be used in a different sense, like in Isaiah 53, verse 10, there, when you get into the verse and talking about Christ and his sacrifice, talks about when you make his soul an offering for sin. Now, in that sense, it's not being used like the spirit, the spirit that went to paradise. When Jesus, he told the criminal that was penitent that day that man was going to be with Jesus in paradise. His spirit that went to paradise was not actually sacrificed. Like that's not how that works. A spirit, as Jesus refers to in another place, does not have flesh and bones, is not a physical thing. So in this case, in Isaiah 53:10, when it talks about when you make his nephesh an offering for sin, that's in the sense of life. In fact, Jesus, he implies a bigger meaning for this Hebrew term. In Mark 12, verse 30, Jesus uses 4 words to refer to what is commanded in the Shema instead of 3. And this makes sense if we have a word here that to really understand the fuller meaning, you kind of need to give more than one term. And so in Mark 12, verse 30, he says, "And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength." So the Hebrew word nephesh, commonly translated as soul, but do keep in mind, context is important to consider to know for sure whether or not this is talking about the soul in the sense just, the spirit being that is inside your body, or if it's talking about something different or something broader. You have a great rest of the day, and shalom.